Next month, Argentines will have their first look at some treasures from the past. Items from an 18th century wrecked Spanish ship are going on display to the public. The exhibition is the result of long hours of painstaking and intricate restoration work by a team of experts at the city's history department. CCTV's Daniel Schweimler reports from Buenos Aires.
Puerto Madero is one of the fastest growing, most exclusive modern areas of Buenos Aires. It was here in December 2008 that builders, while digging the foundations of a new luxury apartment block, hit on a hidden piece of the city's history. An 18th century Spanish merchant ship.
What we found were the kind of things Buenos Aires needed for its daily life, items that it didn't have, which the ship apparently brought over. And not just for Buenos Aires, but probably for the whole region, as well as things needed for life aboard the ship.
Among the 15,000 items recovered by the city's archaeologists were ceramics, a collection of pipes, ropes, a sailor's knife and sheath, 4 cannons and much, much more, providing an insight into the daily life of one of the more distant, less important outposts of Spanish colonial influence. The ceramics in particular have excited the experts.
Ceramic was so common in the 18th century that nobody studied it, and it's disappeared. Today, as far as we know, there are just 2 archaeological sites that have these ceramics, in Cuba and here. We're reassembling a large amount of this ceramic that had been lost to time. It was so common, so abundant, but it wasn't the ceramic used by the king, so no one paid any attention to it and it disappeared, until it turned up here.
A great deal is not known about the 30-metre-long ship. Its name, for instance, or who owned it. It was probably a privateer, an independent merchant ship, possibly carrying contraband. The fate of its crew, 80 to 100 strong, is not known either, although there's no evidence that they died on board. And many of its contents would have been looted by a poor population who probably couldn't believe their good fortune, leaving the experts hundreds of years later to piece the story back together.
This is a medium-sized private ship. In global terms, there are not many similar cases. In global terms, there are far more studies in archaeological of normal historical events than common daily life, like in this case.
Meanwhile, the team of 30 experts continues its painstaking work, each discovery answering some questions, but raising many others. This carving by one of the sailors, an intriguing example. It's difficult to imagine Buenos Aires in the 18th century, a small insignificant town with little more than 40,000 residents. But it's hoping that the merchant ship found beneath where these buildings now stand will at least give us some clues. Daniel Schweimler, CCTV, Buenos Aires.